was a tune called Wayfarer, which I composed earlier this week. There's been some interest about this tune, so this tutorial hopefully will answer some of your questions. It's not a terrifically difficult tune to play, but there are one or two tricky parts in the B section, I think, which even I find difficult to play. I don't know why I write tunes like this, but there you go, we all like a challenge. The first part, you need to bring it in with a slide. And now basically a slide is where you just slide up to the first note on any of the strings or any of the notes really. So I'm going to slide up to the E on my D string. That's the D, and I'm going to slide up to the first note, which is the E. So it kind of starts off like this. And then straight away, there's something else I do. I bridge my finger across two strings because I play the E and I also play the B, which is on the A string. So it's the first finger on the D and the A string basically, because I go straight up from that E to the B and then the open E. I don't think I slide again. It's a question of personal preference whether you decide to slide that note more than once. The other thing there might be tricky is that little run down. So what you have to do is practice that one. So basically you start off with your middle finger on the D string and you're going to play the note of F sharp, and then you're going to go straight onto the G. You're going to continue holding down the F sharp and then place your ring finger down on the G. You've still got your middle finger on the F sharp because you're going to lift your ring finger off and play the F sharp again, and then run down to the E with your first finger and then onto the open D. So in context, let's listen to the whole of that first section. There it is. Now we go down to the C natural on the G string, and that's a hammer-on. In other words, you're holding down the E with your first finger on the D string, and then you hammer your ring finger down on the G. So it goes like this. It gives a nice sound. Let's listen to the whole thing again. Now you can put a slide down here if you wish when you're playing that F sharp with your middle finger. So you're sliding down to the open D. Just adds flavour to the sound of the tune. So we've looked at hammer-ons, we've looked at holding down two notes with one finger, and we've also looked at slides up and slides down. Let's see what else this tune has. The B section. That's like a bounce almost. A springy bow, I think, is probably the best way to describe that. This is the B section again. And you're holding down the two notes once again. The first finger is holding down the B on the A string and the E on the D string. Now open strings. Now I don't hold down two notes here on the G string and the D string, where I'm playing with my ring finger. I'm playing a G. That's on the D string, and I'm playing a C natural on the G string. But I don't hold down those two notes. I play them separately. And there's also two similar notes where you play the F sharp on the D string with your middle finger, and you're playing the B on the G string. I don't tend to hold down either of those notes. When I go down, I don't tend to hold either of those with one finger. I tend to play them individually. Why? Because the strings are getting wider apart, and my fingers aren't quite wide enough to hold those strings. So I prefer to play them individually, which sounds like this. Now, if your fingers are wide enough that you can hold down the two notes simultaneously on the G string and the D string, then I would do so. And there's a little slide there on the A string where I slide up to the B. To the beginning again. Now let's talk about bowing. It's got to be nice and relaxed. You're kind of going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, because of course this is a 3/4 tune. It's not played exactly like a waltz. A waltz would tend to be slightly more swingy. This is played straighter and slightly slower, I think. Although I guess you could use it as a waltz, but personally I think it really doesn't have the quality of a waltz. It's more of a listening type of tune. So it really needs those long bows, I think, those long held, prolonged notes. those sort of notes. So it doesn't need rushing, this tune. Hopefully there'll be a few pointers there in this very short video. Oh my goodness me, it's 11 minutes. It's not a short video. In this very long video, hopefully there'll be a few pointers for you that will help guide you along the way in playing this particular tune. And I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to hearing all the various interpretations. Who knows? Take care, have a great day, enjoy your fiddle playing, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.